Hey, everybody. It's kind of a bonus Halloween episode. You get two this year, and this is a interesting one, kind of fun. You are familiar with the episodes I've been putting out about role-playing games and their usefulness in therapy. Well, this one's fun, thrilling, excitement, but I'll tell you what's therapy about it. This is an example of a group that you might put together to play through something. Now, if this was a therapeutic group intervention, there's a couple things that would be happening outside of the actual gameplay. One is that I might be meeting with the people individually. I would be talking with them about what kind of goals they want to work on from a group therapy experience. Also, we'd be going through character creation. So in this case, I did go through character creation. We did not get specific therapy goals because these are not clients. These are friends of mine who are helping me demonstrate what gameplay sort of looks like. So the other things that would be happening outside of the game is that I would be writing the game with those specific goals in mind. Also, the therapeutic character creation is deeper than the character creation you do just to play a game. In this case, they put lots of thought into their identities, their strengths and weaknesses as the game called for. We get a little more specific. If we're using RPGs in a therapy way, the conversation is going to look more like, what is your character like, first of all? Why do you want them to be like that? What character traits or attributes or personality quirks should they have? How are they similar to you? How are they different than you? Would you like to be more like they are? Would you like to be less like they are? Basically, any of those answers are okay, but doing it purposefully, and I have several other questions that we'd go into, that helps people to make a plan of how to best meet their goals. Okay. We would also, before I'd pair anybody up in a group, just like you would do a different group for everybody coming in talking about depression, as if you were talking, as opposed to if you were doing a group facing addiction issues as the primary cause, you would maybe funnel people to different groups. In this case, it's very, very individualized is the goal, to put people into groups where I'm going to write an adventure that touches on certain human emotions and experiences that are going to be in line with what people are looking for, whether they want to expect things, whether or not they want there to be is there a fighting or violent element versus is it like, no, I want this to be a collaborative versus each other, want surprises, different things like that. And so you'll see how this game includes some twists and a lot of communication issues and some things like unto that. So as you listen, once again, it's just a fun playthrough of this thing. Try to imagine, though, the kind of things that you would be setting up if you were going into this scenario in an RPG game in a therapeutic way. What would you get out of it? What would you work through it? Check out dwighthurst.com/RPG to learn more about how I'm trying to use these things in therapy, like a lot are these days. All right, enjoy the game.
The Broken Brain.
All right, I'm recording now as well.
Nice. That's 50% of us recording, everybody. And I have a backup recorder. So really, it's like 3 recorders going on right now actively, as well as the greatest computer of all, the human brain. And here we are to the broken brain. Did you like that? That's a lead in.
Perfect. Absolutely perfect.
I am super excited for this one. This has been, literal weeks in the making. As we've been gathering our schedules and getting ready for this. This is another one of the RPG episodes. I will say our other ones have been just a little silly. I'm hoping this one will be silly as well, but this one might have killing in it. So this is a vampire Halloween theme. There may be some violence. There may be some violins. There may be even some blood. It would be weird if there was none. So let's go ahead. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves, not your characters, introduce who you really are, and then we'll get into the characters when we start the thing.
Ladies first.
Let's go around in the order of how I can see you without me telling you who's. No, let's go ladies first. Izzy, you can go first.
Okay. Hi, I'm Isabel Turan. I've been here before. and I'm on podcasts and stuff. I'm not great at this yet.
Any particular one?
Say the name of your podcast. We'll do that up
Oh yeah,
top.
so I am a co-host. Me and my co-host do Horsing Around, where we speak of the recently deceased celebrities. We kind of go over all of their movies, and that's always a really fun learning experience. And then I also have That's Bodacious Dude, 80 Radical Movies from the 80s. And I have a guest on, and we talk about the 80 picked movies that I have from the 80s. So that's all been fun. All of you gentlemen have already been on there. So that's awesome.
Oh, I missed Dwight. So I'll have to check.
Yeah, Dwight, what movie did you do?
Return to Oz.
Oh, wow.
Such a good
I don't know
one.
if I say bodacious for that, but okay.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
It is.
Fun.
It's a totally rad movie.
It was funner than I remembered, even.
That girl kicks ass.
I have to check that out then.
And Izzy, you have been on all of the RPG recordings that I've done so far, actually. You're the champ, the reigning champion coming in.
That's just the one.
Jeez, we only
Did you go on
invited
a
me to
second one?
one of them. I'm just saying.
No, this is my second one.
This
I
is
was
your
just on
second.
Cage Fight. Yeah.
That's right. You were on the Nicolas Cage fight, and then okay, you weren't in the first one. Okay.
No, not double hockey sticks. I did listen to it, but I didn't. I wasn't
Oh,
part of it.
okay. Well, I'll go back. Izzy, you've been on 2 out of 3 of the ones that I've done so far. That's what I meant to say. I'm going to go ahead and say, anybody out there listening, just edit that, send it to me. You can cut out the part where I messed that up. So, but you know what? You were here in spirit. We could feel you there. So awesome. Well, we'll go around to the left. Whoever looks like they're on the left of Izzy can go before the other one can.
I'm on top of her. That's not wrong.
Awkward.
Somebody edit
Hold it,
that.
Ben.
Hold on. No.
Hi, I'm Ben Hassler. Dylan and I, the other guy there, we're both co-hosts. We do share responsibilities on the Reels of Justice, which is a cinematic court of opinion that we just try to film to see if it's guilty or not guilty of being a bad movie. And both of you have guested on those as well, so definitely check out those episodes.
Awesome. And then, Dylan, go for it.
All right. Well, without belaboring the point, I would say to Ben, I'm the principal host of Reels of Justice. That's often how I'm billed, or as the host. So
Nice.
Ben is my co-host. I think there's 2 other guys who help out and do a little bit here and there.
All
But,
of you have
yeah,
been on
like-
the podcast before, too. I just realized that.
Yes, and so that's what I want to say is I've been on the Broken Brain. Have I been on, I think just once, talking about family systems, twice. No, so it's been twice. Says I was on talking about internal family systems, and then you had the Reels of Justice crew on before. And then, of course, as everyone who listening knows, Dwight does a fantastic live show about addiction awareness, and us Reels boys try to hop in on there whenever we can. I wasn't able to make it this year, unfortunately, but I had been on in the years past. So,
But you were
that's us.
messaging throughout, too, which was also helpful for that moral.
That's
support.
true. I was able to poke at Maynard a bit.
That's right. Yes, and it means a lot to one of my favorite things about podcasting is the people that I've met. I guess the real podcasting is the friends I've made along the way. But
That's so lame, but it is kind of true, though.
it's very true, and actually one of the reasons that I've kept doing it so long is because of that. And so it's been a great thing, and looking forward to the time we're about to spend together. So let me let everybody know out there, we are going to be playing a game that is, I'm going to say a version of, because I've modified it, but there's a game by Illis Lovis that is on, you can find it on DriveThruRPG or any other place that distributes those, I think, but I know for sure it's on there. It's called Vampire Couriers, Dusk Till Dawn Delivery. And so that is, I was in a little bit of contact with the developer of that game and said, I like your game. Do you mind if I mess around with it? And he absolutely didn't, was very
So
supportive.
if I were to Google that right now, I could find like the end scenario and cheat a little bit. Or
Well, I will say probably not actually, because this is as many of the one shots are. It's very much a framework, so you don't know what I'm going to do. So, but yeah, go for it if you think it'll help. So this is one. So the modified version of that, we have decided to go with. I believe this was Izzy's name idea, which is Renfield and Sons, Vampire Couriers. That is the name of business that you guys are there. So here is a couple of things about what we're going to be doing. This is a simple dice mechanic game where everybody is going to be rolling D6s. For anyone who doesn't know, those are what you might know as normal dice, which you find in just about any game. So everybody, when they come to a choice that they will make, this is like every role-playing game, collaborative storytelling endeavor, where we're going to go through the storytelling from the twisted mind of me, your host. And we will be rolling dice whenever there is something that requires skills or an uncertain outcome. Everybody gets to roll 2 dice. Then you can add 1 point to whatever you roll if you hit one of your character's strengths, and you will subtract 1 if you are hitting into one of your character's weaknesses. In this game, which is I directly took from Vampire Couriers, everybody picks what they call in that game 2 tags or 3 tags, 2 strength tags and 1 weakness tag. And so everybody has previously to the game decided who their character is on their own and what their strengths are. You, as the player, are responsible to tell me when you're using one of your strengths. If you say, I'm doing an investigation of this area, and since I'm very perceptive, I should get an extra point. And there you go. As the GM, it's kind of my job to point out if you are, if you are weak physically and you're trying to arm wrestle somebody, you get a -1, that kind of thing. So we'll see how many times I catch that.
So do we keep those to ourselves until it's time to actually do them, or should I tell them as we...
We're going to go ahead and share them in just a second when I have you introduce your characters. So it's a good question. And the way that the dice rolling works is that you roll 2 dice and then we add to or take away from if it's not using a strength or weakness, we just go with it. If you get a 6 or lower, then you fail at the task. If you and something bad will happen. If you get a 7 through a 9, you have a success, but there will be some unfortunate circumstances attending the event. If you get a 10 or more, you get a total success and get to do whatever the thing is that you want. Everybody has 3 what we call hit points. This is an addition I made to the game. If you lose your hit points, you will die. If you die, we'll get to that if you die. There's a thing you can do. And
beg the vampire to turn us.
Maybe we become a vampire.
We'll have to see. You never know. So if you lose them, the way that you lose them, if a lethal or very dangerous thing happens to you, you lose a point. And if something not so lethal happens, you can lose half a point. And I will be the one who helps to determine that. Normal human beings that you come across, if anyone attacks you or is in combat with you, who's a human being, they only have 2 points. Undead creatures, vampires, werewolves, and such, have 3 points. Y'all have gained an extra point because of all the time you have spent in proximity. It's sort of like people who travel with the Doctor in Doctor Who, get the time travel ability to understand languages and stuff like that. So that's a reference for all those out there who... Hey, if you're into the role-playing games enough to listen to this and you don't know the Doctor Who show, that's kind of unusual. We should talk about that.
Wow, that's a very thin overlap. Yeah.
All right. So I think that's all. I think that's enough to kind of set up the basic rules as far as we get into it. If there's something I forgot to say, then it will come up. So here's where we start. You guys are in your office. You receive a memo in your office. All of you work for Renfield and Sons, which is a courier service that will help vampires and the undead to relocate from one area to another safely without having to worry about sun, vampire hunters, or other things that are dangerous to them. Now, as you are in, you notice a little ding-ding in your email. You open it up, and here's a memo from the management. Thank you for all your hard work and dedication to Renfield and Sons LLC, the oldest undead courier service in the world, winner of the prestigious industry award for the highest percentage of surviving clients, the exact number of which is classified, so don't worry about it. You have been assigned a special assignment for one of our longest-term clients who has requested a move from his brownstone in Manhattan to a large home in rural Montana, just next to Yellowstone National Park. Our Manhattan team will meet you on the eastern border of Wisconsin, where you will take their vehicle and drive from there to the destination. You are assigned with 2 other couriers.
You will be taking back roads and rural highways, of course. We estimate about 20 hours of driving. We won't worry too much about the math, guys, just basically a framework. You will be driving a vehicle that is a modified ambulance. It will contain our client inside of their coffin, which will be filled, of course, with the dirt of their original burial, a mini fridge with 5 packets of blood, a medical kit, including syringe, tubing, and empty blood bags. There is a pump-action shotgun loaded with 5 shells in the truck. There's a road atlas, because you are not allowed to carry any electronic devices, GPS or phones or anything. And there's also a 5-person tent, sleeping bags, and enough food for the rest of you to eat for a couple days. So we're not going to worry about food. Let's just say we have enough. Internet-enabled devices can be tracked, and vampire hunters are always on the move. So you got to, leave those. Every night you must feed our client, leave 1 blood packet next to the coffin, stay outside the vehicle until morning. That's why you have the camping gear. If you do not have any blood, be aware that you run the risk that our client will go hunting and may lose their sense of discretion because of hunger and may not differentiate between other human beings and you. Be careful of vampire hunters in rural areas. They have a sense for where to find, and we are always combating security risks of leaking information. But we've done everything we can to make sure that no one knows about you and your mission. Do whatever you have to. You are on your own. Try to avoid killing regular citizens. This is not strictly company policy, but it is considered best practice in order to avoid local attention. Things usually become harder once you do that. That's a little extra bit they put on the memo. But you can do it if you want. All right. So the 3 of you were dropped off by various, you each get a ride from whoever you get a ride from. Doesn't matter. Uber, a friend, whatever. You get dropped off at the location. And the modified ambulance pulls up. The Manhattan team gets out. They're all just fancy, decked out in these designer suits. They can't wait to get back to the city. One of them's driving behind in a luxury vehicle. They all hop in there. They hand you the keys, give you the thumbs up, and they take off. So it's about dusk at this time. So you drive a little bit into Wisconsin. And as it is starting to get dark, you find a place off the road that seems fairly remote. Pull over, get out, you set up your tent, and you put the blood packet in there next to the coffin, shut all the doors, and now you are gathered around getting ready to go to sleep. Before you all decide how you're going to handle the night, and if you're going to just sleep, if you're going to have a watch, whatever, you guys can talk about that. But first, you're going to go around. You've never met each other, so you're going to introduce yourselves to each other and, tell everybody who you are. And as you do so, list your strengths and weaknesses. So
like people normally do.
Just like people usually do. You can work.
Well, when I sit around campfires, I always say, I'm Dylan Schlender. My strengths are my deadlift and my squat. I say this all the time. This makes perfect sense.
You know that icebreaker game, 2 strengths and a weakness?
Yes, exactly.
So that's exactly. It's an undead icebreaker game.
I'm weak to fire, but so is everybody. So
why don't
write that one down.
Let's go in reverse order of our other introductions. So Dylan, introduce your character.
Very good. Do you want me to introduce it in character like we're role playing, or you just want me to read it so people have
you're
the
telling
meta
the other
information?
2. So do it in character.
Okay. Very good. My name is Felix Atherton. I come from a long line of vampire butlers. I'm well versed in all vampire courtly etiquette and care. When I was a younger man, I was the head butler and bodyguard for a very noble vampire lord, but now that he's retired, I'm looking to fulfill the promise I made to my passed-on wife to travel more, see more of the world. I normally wouldn't like the idea of slumming it here, but I must say it has been a lot of fun, and the travel opportunities have been numerous, and it affords me the ability to fund my granddaughter's college fund. So, as you are very easy to tell from my dapper demeanor, I have quite a few strengths, if you will, in etiquette and gentlemanliness, and my years of being a body man for a noble Italian vampire give me a profound sense of situational awareness. I dare say a 6th sense for danger. But as this is my twilight years, I'm afraid I've lost a step, and I'll be leaning on you younger folks for most of the physically demanding aspects of this mission.
So your strengths are situational awareness, and what was the other one?
Gentlemanliness
Gentlemanliness.
and etiquette.
I'm very excited to see how you apply that one.
Oh, dude, it's going to be everywhere. It's going to be great.
Everybody knows you put the blood bag to the left of the coffin. My name is Harold. No, I'm not going to do that.
Do the voice. Come on, Ben.
Oh, come on.
It's the same voice. All right, fine. Harold Perseus Lovecraft, a man in my mid-30s. My profession is a live-in nurse for supernatural beings. My background is I lived a somewhat ordinary life in the suburbs of Chicago and chose to be a medic as a profession and spent a great deal of time as an EMT riding that ambulance car. And as such, I am reasonably skilled in medical procedures. That is my +1 skill, if you must know.
Capital.
I left that particular field and traded it to be a live-in nurse after a particularly dangerous car crash involving a teenage werewolf. I managed to save the werewolf by giving it a blood transfusion from a bag that in the ambulance that caused it to revert to human form and transfuse the blood that wasn't tainted because it wasn't tainted by lycanthropy just quite yet. Psychologically, however, this wrecked me. That crash haunts me every time I drive, and I want to hit the brakes every time the person in front of me's taillights turn on. As such, anything having to do with driving is my -1. I transitioned to being a live-in nurse, and because that werewolf that I saved, it turns out his father was very well connected in the monster world. So after being approached by that, I began that lucrative position of caring for an affluent elderly father, Frank Lloyd Fright, who happened to be an architect in many supernatural structures, the Vanishing Castle at Bermuda being one prized accomplishment. Through this, I, though no means an expert, have learned some crafting skills, which is my other +1. And once Frank passed away at the ripe old age of 1,907 years old, I used my newfound connections to parlay this job into being a general caregiver for monsters.
You guys are channeling that opening statement writing practice that you get on Reels of Justice, by the way.
I thought this was supposed to be modern day. Like,
So
people,
true.
I have never heard anyone ever talk like that in modern day.
This is, oh, and yes, by the way, this is modern times. But hey, you know what? This is a subculture, right? You know, the people who
And I want
work
Izzy
for
to do the
undead.
exact same voice.
Yes, very refined, this.
It did say, yeah. Anyway,
Quite.
And what
All
about
right.
you, young lady?
She just stares at us.
Well, I'm from nothing as fancy as you guys. My name's Isadora Graves, and I used to work for a blood bank, but I heard that this was a lot more lucrative, but I didn't know I'd be around a bunch of gentlemanly types, I guess, with this whole what's with the accents? We live in America.
You're the Selena Gomez to our Martin Short and Steve Martin.
Well,
don't
I'm
even
from
think
across
those
the pond originally.
I
and
don't
I'm
even
fulfilling
think the
a
people
promise to my
across the
dead wife
pond
to
sound
travel.
like that. Are you sure? You seem like you might be lying to me, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And we are both lying.
My strengths are the knowledge of the occult, as I spent a lot of time doing things. We'll just leave it there. You don't need to know. It's okay.
She's a witch.
Possibly. And you can't bullshit me, so don't try. But I do forget, so I might forget that too. And there you go. I carry a 9mm handgun on me at all times. So also don't get handsy, gentlemen. All right. But
Well, I happen to have a shotgun with 5 shells right here, so don't you get handsy with me.
Now, anyone can get handsy with me. My wife's dead.
there's a very, very sloppy HR department in this particular business. So
I dare say Natasha would have loved that joke. She was quite a fan of body humor.
all right. So you guys, as the fire is starting to burn low, you've got your tents set up. It's time to get, of course, shut-eye. What are you guys going to do throughout the night? What's your plan?
I dare say we should be watching in shifts. You never know when a sordid or ungainly fellow might show up and try to take our charge. Seeing how I'm having this cup of tea, I insist I take first watch while you get some much-needed rest. I'll then wake up the doctor, and then he'll then wake up the lady. Any objections?
So I'm an EMT technically, but no objections.
Yeah, it's quite.
It's good ethics. Yeah, making sure you don't let him call you doctor.
Yeah. I think that's the first time anyone called me a lady, so we'll move on.
Well, get used to it because I'm well versed in etiquette and general gentlemanliness. Spot of tea? No, you best not. It's highly caffeinated.
It'll keep me up. Yeah.
Exactly. But I have to stay up, and we'll make sure that our ward is, yes, so good, taken care of for the evening. This Wisconsin. We'll have to find someplace to get cheese. Yes, cheese and crackers. Yes, absolutely.
All right. So as you guys settle in, let's see. Did you decide who takes which watch? And
so I have first watch. Ben has second watch.
Right.
Izzy has third watch.
Okay. Let's see. Everybody go ahead and roll for your watch time. And
Okay.
if you have
Can I get plus one because of my situational awareness?
Is this just the one?
Yes.
Or
You would roll 2. Every action you get to roll 2. The only question is whether or not you add an extra 1 or
My watch
take
does
away
not
1,
go well.
depending on if you have a weakness or a...
you're just going to have to trust me.
Snake eyes. That did not go well.
Oof,
That didn't go
you
well at
slept
all.
through your shift.
Okay.
So I rolled a 7 for a total of 8. If you're letting me count my situational awareness.
Situational awareness would come into this, yes. I'll
Perfect.
allow
So
it.
8 total for me. Thank you.
I'll be pretty permissive, probably, just so you guys know. So if you can make a good argument. Let's see. And let's see, Izzy, what did you roll? I don't think you're
I got
not at
9.
advantage or disadvantage. So you got a 9? Okay. And what did you get again, Dylan? You got an 8?
8.
Okay. So let's see. You two succeed. You're able to stay awake throughout your entire shift. Let's see. But I'll tell you what happens. So something does happen. Ben, you just fall asleep pretty much right away.
It was a big marathon on before we left. I'm sorry.
as soon as Felix goes to sleep, Harold sits down by the tree and then wakes up when Isadora wakes him up and says, "It's my turn." Okay, now I'm going to roll to see which thing happens during which thing. Okay, so Felix, while you are on your watch, you hear some noise. Now, you've been on, this is not your first rodeo working for Renfield and Sons, so you recognize right away that the noise is coming from inside the ambulance. And out of interest, you go ahead and you're watching through the windows. You see the lid of the coffin lift up and a little dust shaking all over the place. And you see your charge get up and grab the blood packet. As he gets up, you are quite surprised to see that he is Fang Peterson, of the lead singer.
I spit my tea.
The former lead singer and guitarist of The Dead Hunger, a hard rock and roll band that rose to the top of the heavy metal and pop charts for for 15 years, presumed to have died in a plane crash with the other 3 members of his band whose bodies were never recovered, including his. Up until this point, you had no idea that he was a vampire.
Because the name Fang Peterson wasn't a giveaway.
Well, sometimes these things just work out.
As that happens,
Listen, my dead wife was a huge fan. That's how I recognize him.
That's right. As you do notice him eating, he turns, looks out the window at you, and you can tell, because of your perception, that he does not like you watching him. And so he right away, you can notice that he has a resentful sort of a look as you rolled to be successful to have something bad happen. So the bad happen thing is that he looks like he's kind of pissed off at you. Then he burrows back into the coffin, slams the door shut. It flips
Look
you
at
off
me
on the way.
failing upwards. How about that? No,
Yeah, he gives you the
shit.
finger, then dives back into the coffin.
Very
Rock and roll style.
Oh, dear me.
You get the idea that if this was a hotel room, he'd trash the hell out of it. Okay.
Yes, quite. I would not look forward to cleaning that up on the morrow.
So let's see. Now, Isadora, you rolled similarly. So while you are there, let's see. So you do stay awake, but there's something very important that you saw. And you said, I gotta tell the others. In fact, I gotta wake them up. You turn and you start to shake them. They start to groggily say, what's going on? And you forget what you saw. So there we go. All right.
Great story, Izzy.
Typical
Oh my goodness
Isadora.
gracious. Ugh.
Morning comes around. Everybody gets up, packs up. You're all professionals. You've done this before. You hop on in the ambulance and you start driving. You've been driving for not very long when all of a sudden, as you're driving along, you notice two things at the same time. First of all, who's driving?
Not
Not Ben.
my weakness,
I'll-
sir.
Not
I'll drive. Let the doctor get some more rest. Clearly, he needs it. Claire.
Yeah, Isadora, did you tell Felix that you caught Harold sleeping?
Yes.
And
I always knew you hated me as a Dora.
ever since
I don't
yesterday.
hate you, Harold.
But enough of that. You'll never guess who our charge is. It's none other than
Fane
Ben
Peterson.
Peterson.
Oh my god.
Yes. Now, I'm a bit more of a Sibelius man myself, but Natasha was a huge fan of his rock and roll antics. I had no idea he was even a vampire.
As you're driving, and particularly Felix, you are surveying the scene in front of you. It's a pretty rural road. You come up over a slight hill. On the left, you notice circus tents. There's a circus apparently in town, and you are driving right about past it. As you notice that, you look down, and you notice all of a sudden, you don't know when it turned on, but there is a blaring red light that you recognize as the oil light that has turned on the vehicle.
Oh, dear. Well, that's no good. And I have a feeling this circus is a trap.
So what do
I
you do?
say there.
I
Fellows,
suggest we coast as far as
right.
we can, and then I'll take a look at it with my crafting ability.
Well, okay. Well, let's try to pull over and get some help.
As soon as
So
you
I guess
tap
I'll,
the
like, pull
brakes,
over.
As
Yeah.
soon as you tap the brakes, they do not work. And as you
I guess
are
I'm not
already
the
in
only one
motion-
here who can't drive.
Oh, no.
Good one.
as you are already in motion, you hit a tree. It's
What?
a little hilly, so you are not.
Let me roll. I want to see if I could use my etiquette to avoid the tree.
Etiquette?
I dare say, move out of the
Excuse
way.
me, dear tree. Pardon me. I don't
Pardon
want
me,
to-
coming through.
Actually, yeah,
Beep,
you know
beep.
what? Go ahead. Yeah, you can roll to avoid the tree. And you can take so
11?
wait a minute. You're using etiquette
Yeah.
to miss the tree?
No.
Run us through that a little bit. Okay,
Yeah.
go
Normal
ahead.
It's like, I dare say, please move. No, I rolled an 11.
Okay. So you do avoid the tree and you're able to, with a great success, you're able to bank it up on a hill a little bit. So you do come to a safe stop.
E-brake. Does the e-brake work? Or is there no e-brake? Because this is an old ambulance.
Yeah, there's no, let's just say
probably.
there's no e-brake.
I'm just
I don't know
imagining
enough
it's the
about cars to know
Ecto
if it
1.
would still work if the brake lights
Yeah.
were not working. Okay.
Well, that's why it's an emergency brake, but that's fine. I dare say, I believe we've been sabotaged.
Oh, maybe
Now, I wonder when that
that's
could have
what
happened, Doctor.
last night. Well,
Sabotage. You say sabotage. I say sabotage.
hey, remember when I woke you guys up?
Yes.
No, maybe that wasn't it. Maybe it was.
I dare say, woman, what did you see?
A good
I don't
story,
remember,
good
but we
story.
should check out what's up with the circus over here. It looks very colorful.
Yes, I suppose we
that's,
should rely on the
that's,
carny folk to pull us out of this mess.
Well, somebody has to stay here, though.
Not
I
it.
would like to troubleshoot the engine or car or whatever with my crafting ability to see if I can patch it up.
Okay.
Very
why don't
good.
you go ahead and roll with a +1 for your crafting engineering ability.
7 plus 1 is moderate success.
Okay,
8.
moderate success. So you are able to tell what happened, but you are unable to fix and get the engine running at this time. So as you look it over, You can't tell for sure, but it doesn't seem like the engine is completely destroyed as it would be if you drove for too long without oil. Maybe you stopped in time because of maybe especially because of Felix's roll. So the engine is not melted into a solid piece. However, you do find on the oil pan, there are 3 gashes that have been cut in the oil pan. You also find that the brake lines were cut, but not all the way through, so that there was fluid leaking from both areas. So now the car is essentially grounded without some serious work and parts that you would have to have. I say that anybody out there might know maybe that's not a big job, but anyway, but it is without.
Someone from
It is for a butler, an EMT, and a blood bank clerk. It's outside a circus in Wisconsin.
Actually, it's a very easy fix.
The oil pan leaking, I mean, that could cause a fire.
Oh, my word.
It's not good. That's not good.
Well, I dare say then we must make our way to the circus, and maybe we can find a man with a top hat that can help us or something. I'm not quite sure how these things work.
Making our way to the circus.
You are fairly close to the circus, and I will add, I forgot that I wrote this in a different note. You do, and I'll let you guys decide what you're going to do. The ambulance is pretty solid. If it's locked, it has bulletproof glass. It's very hard to get into.
But not hard to cut the oil pan.
For sure. Right. The oil pan, of course, is on the bottom and exposed.
So someone could just stick a dynamite in there and blow it up.
True.
I dare say one of us needs to defend the vehicle. But who?
Want to draw straws?
I dare say.
We draw straws. AKA
All right, very
roll
good.
Dice.
I say
Do
we
you
roll.
want me to roll for which one of you stays?
Sure.
If
That's
you're
fine.
going with randomness, I'm the randomness in this universe.
You know what? I'll stay. I dare say I'll stay. I'll stretch out here. I look far too conspicuous at a circus.
Camp. Yeah, why
Yes,
not?
exactly. You two will blend in with the con folk much better.
Yeah, I think that's smart. I still don't know where you're coming from.
It's it's British kind of.
Okay.
I'm cosmopolitan.
Cosmopolitan.
All right, so let's
Very
see.
well.
You're
Harold
like
and
1800s
Isadora-
British.
Harold and Isadora come up to the circus grounds. As they leave, we'll focus on, just for a moment, let's see, Felix.
Oh dear.
Let me have you.
That's what you get.
I'm going to have you roll with a +1 because of your perception.
Very good, sir. Ooh, that would be a 7.
7. Okay. So you catch off in the distance. You're pretty sure that you see some motion, but you're not really 100% sure what it is. If it was in motion, you can't really tell where it might have gone, but you have a feeling that there is something there that is not just a regular part of the wildlife, but you don't have any real clue what it is.
I make a mental note and I reassuringly pat my Webley.
The Webley is what?
What's a Webley? Okay, cool.
Oh, it's a break action revolver
Okay.
that the British use. That's how you know I'm British.
You were very dedicated to this whole bit, and I appreciate it.
You know what? Felix has an aesthetic. You got to admire a guy.
Yeah.
He's a whole thing.
I'm just horrible at role playing. I role play at life. I barely got this character down.
With a name like Felix Atherton, how many aesthetics could really fit? He's not going rockabilly. All right, so you guys make your
That would
way
be cool.
up to the
Would be
circus.
actually.
Making our way to the circus.
So you're walking up, and you've got the big top. You've got some little trailers around. There's a bunch of different, piles of like tools and stuff. There's you do see on one side of the yard a large pickup truck that has some hay and stuff, hay bales and things in it, as well as some hay that's out. There's some horses that are eating, and there is, you don't see any elephants, but you do see a sign that says elephant free since 2003 that is on there on
Free
the
elephants.
entrance as well. So you can tell this seems to be kind of a rundown circus. It doesn't seem to be real fancy. It doesn't seem to be really kept. It's really kind of dirty and grimy. As you come up, you see,
In
speaking of
stark
dirty,
contrast to those fancy Wisconsin circuses that you hear about.
not what you come to expect from a boutique circus in Wisconsin. As you walk up, you coincidentally to what Felix had said, you do see a man who looks very, very traditionally like an old dusty ringmaster. He's got a top hat with that little bend in the middle, and he's wearing sort of a dirty crushed velvet jacket with the yellow buttons on the back and tails. And he is in the midst of a conversation with a big old dude wearing, kind of a leotardy kind of thing that basically looks like a strong man. Okay. If you were to guess what he did, that is what he looks like. And I realize as I'm saying this that I'm proposing a world in which all the circus performers are dressed in their costumes all the time. But don't worry about that. This is how you know who they are.
I say, Isadora, with your detector of bullshittery, perhaps you should talk to this person to see if we can borrow some tools.
That sounds like a great idea. Hey, yo, Ringmaster. Oh, excuse me, Ringmaster, sir. I think...
Much better, much better.
Yeah, Felix would be very upset with me if I...
You must be proper, after all.
The ringmaster turns around and says, who are you?
Hi. Hey there. I just... Listen,
hey guys, we got a customer.
Oh, not a customer. Not
a sudden, as he
what
yells
kind of stuff you got?
as he yells that, a juggler comes walking. He's already juggling. That's how you know. Comes walking out of the big top. And right behind him is a man that is dressed somewhat like what you would imagine would be kind of a sort of a cheap magician kind of look. Like he's trying to look fancy, but didn't have any money to buy fancy clothes, if that makes sense.
The magician from Frosty the Snowman.
Yes. Yeah. That's perfect. And a no hat because Frosty took it. So they come out as well and they start to perform. And you were mid-sentence. You can go ahead and finish your sentence to the ringmaster, though.
Actually, I wasn't. Oh, that looks fun. No, wait. We have a vehicle issue, and we were hoping maybe you could possibly assist us in those type of repairs, or giving us some equipment to make those repairs by any chance.
If you want to see equipment, take a look
What
at my friend here.
Wait.
And the strong man picks up two big, huge weights, and he's like, "I'll help you. I'll help you see these gains," and lifts the weights up above his head. At the same time, the juggler,
I detect no bullshit there.
the juggler is now walking around you rapidly and still able to juggle the clubs that he's using to juggle. At this point, the mentalist magician person comes up to you and says, quick, name a number between 1 and 10.
Hi.
Am I not supposed to just guess it? And you're supposed... Wait, I'm thinking it, and you're supposed to guess it,
No, say it.
Isn't
Say it. You can
works?
say it. It's fine. Just say it.
3.
Okay. And let's see. Tell me a color. Any color. Wait, what did you say? Did you say 3, by the way? This isn't going to work.
3.
I didn't remember. Okay. You said 3. The GM has to listen for this to work. Okay. He's like, great. Now you. And he turns to Harold. Say a color. Any color. Just say a color.
Cerulean.
Very nice. Very nice.
Cerulean.
Great. Now, tell me, he asks Harold again. Well, actually, first he points, and then you see a stack of flyers for the circus over on a table. And he says, that middle flyer, pick it up. Go on, pick it up.
I go to pick it up. Okay.
You pick it up, and and he says, flip it over. Come on, flip it over. Come on, flip it over. As you flip it over, you see a cerulean colored 3 written on the back of it.
Ooh.
He's like, ha. And there's then he says, you see the one that's next to it on the table. And he points at you, Harold, and he says, I want you to pick that up. But first, tell me the name of your favorite aunt.
Gertrude.
All right.
No, Blanche. Blanche was my favorite.
Oh, you're such a Blanche yourself. Go ahead, flip that over. And it says, I love you, kid, from Aunt Blanche.
Oh,
whoa.
Now let's see. Let me
Really
have-
should-
I mean, it's not as impressive because we live with real werewolves and vampires, but still.
That's true.
Go ahead and why don't each of you, because he is talking to each of you, why don't each of you go ahead and roll? And Izzy, you can take a +1
For the,
For the resistance to bullshittery.
the bullshittery. Originally it was immunity to hypnotism and manipulation, but when I was saying it just sounded better.
Oh, that's on there too. I mean, you are immune to hypnotism. Enough to get an extra dice anyway to resist it. What did you roll, Ben?
11.
Okay.
About 10.
10 plus, is that +1? Well, either way, you both get total successes as
Is
he's
it
doing
the
this.
2 and then plus the 1? 8, 9?
Yeah, 2 and you get 1. Not an extra dice, you get an extra 1. So you are at
I'm sorry. I'm still trying to live in my last game.
Oh, no,
Sorry.
yeah, sorry about that.
No
It's
problem.
always 2 dice, and then you either add 1, like a literal 1 to your roll,
1.
or you take
Gotcha.
away 1 if it's a weakness. So you got
So then it's a 9.
Okay. So you got a 9.
I'm taking the 2 highest numbers. Like
Okay.
like
So
a scoundrel.
you succeed with a cost, sort of. You notice, you can tell that he's up to something. You can't quite tell what it is, and you blurt out without meaning to, "You're up to something."
Yeah.
And
You're up to
it's
something.
and everybody stares at you like, "Yeah, duh," and it's kind of embarrassing. Not highest consequence. Now, however, for Harold, when he turns to go, "Huh?" when she says that, you happen to notice a little glint, and you look, and he has a little pin on his jacket that's like swirling in a little sort of, and you can recognize this is a hypnotic spiral. And as you do that, you realize
Only one of us were immune to that. Good one, is it, Dora?
that is, well, it's the rolling.
Mm.
And you remember, as you look at that, it occurs to you that you've never met anyone named Blanche in your life.
My aunt never existed. How dare you, sir? All right.
So you now suss out that this guy already has something planted and has been hypnotizing people to say what he wants them to say. So there you go. Do with whatever you want.
At
with
this
that
point, I
knowledge.
think it's best just to make a break for it. I'm going to go back the other way and grab the tools that were there that you said were there. And yeah, Isadora will hopefully follow suit.
Okay. The ringmaster says, "Whoa, hey, what are you doing? I never said you could take those tools. What are you doing?"
You are hypnotizing me. I am running. I am off. I am off. Off, like.
And I panic and just kind of follow, but also like pull out the 9mm. I'm like, try to fucking follow me. Just try. And then just keep running.
The ringmaster's like, "Get him!" to the strong man. The strong man drops his weights and
Running
he's
over
like,
the hill like Indiana Jones with all the people behind us.
and the strong man's like, "I can't," and he bursts into tears.
Oh,
Oh,
So you
I-
see, you guys are
I-
running back to the ambulance with the tools.
I am.
Yeah, apparently. And I'm just following and looking back, making sure they're not gaining on us.
All right. So what do you guys do?
They're following us, I guess. So this is where I hope the
You-
pistol that she has and the shotgun that he has are enough of a deterrent.
You notice that you notice the strong man sits down and is weeping. And the juggler and the magician are looking at each other rather uncomfortably. They seem to be walking slowly enough to see where you're going, but they are not pursuing you, as far as you
Okay.
can tell. They're walking up
We'll
over
bring
a
them
hill
back.
off to the left so they can look down and see where you guys are, but they're not running towards you.
Okay.
Okay.
I get to the ambulance, and my goal is to patch it up as quickly as I can.
All right.
well, I dare say, Harold, patching it up is one thing, but we still need oil. Did you ask them for any oil?
Felix, he didn't ask. He just took and ran, and I just followed suit.
You stole these
They're
tools. We're
evil. They're
criminals now.
evil. No one tries to just hypnotize people without being up to something.
It's the
a
circus.
magician. It's his job.
I dare say you got us in quite the sticky wicket now, Harold. But are you
After
able to fix it?
gentlemanliness can bargain for some oil, then you go over there. I'll patch
Maybe,
the thing.
but I've been sweating all day. I don't look as dapper as I should.
I promise you a little bit of sweat won't mind them at all.
Well, very good. I guess I should negotiate with the carnies.
Oh, no.
All right. So a Herald roll to try to fix the damage.
With +1, I get
Nothing. Sorry. I'm sorry.
0. What? How did you do that?
I get a 9. Oh no, I'm sorry, 9 plus 1, 10.
So you get a 10.
Yay.
Hey.
You find that you're able to patch up the thing and tighten the brakes, and you've got it all. So it would work if you had the fluids to put into it.
Cool.
Okay, Felix, you approach, and as you're approaching, you notice
I'm
this strong
waving my
man.
handkerchief.
Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. As you get there, you notice that you come up on the scene. You can see the juggler and the magician kind of off. They're basically closer to the ambulance.
Do I know he's the juggler
surface.
because he's still juggling?
He is. He's just one ball in one hand.
Just the
kind of
one, though.
absent-mindedly. He's
That's how he thinks.
And they're closer to the ambulance than they are to the circus, but you also notice as you approach, the ringmaster is kind of patting what appears to be the strong man on the back as he is crying on the ground.
Yeah.
As you walk
I
up,
immediately identify the ringmaster as the leader and approach him saying, "Excuse me, sir. Sir, I believe we have some business to conduct."
he looks up at you and says, "Oh, kindred spirit, I can see you're a gentleman just like me. So yeah,
Yes,
let's
quite, of
talk.
course.
We're going to talk about how your friends just stole all our tools."
Friends hardly. Co-workers, I'm afraid. You understand. But
How gentlemanly. Yeah, I'm not.
We
good
are.
at that.
But hey, you and me are from a more refined class, and we understand how frustrating the life can be for the more common folk among us. And I'm afraid that my friend just got a bit over eager, a bit overexcited, because we have this very important trip that we need to finish. And well, any assistance that you can give us, of course, we'll return the tools. I can even ask my employer to reimburse you for your time, but I'm afraid our car simply won't run without the proper mechanical fluids.
What do you want oil or something? What are you talking about?
Yes, that's it. Yes, oil. You see, our oil pan was sabotaged, and with it
Oh, my
repaired
word.
now. Oh, yes, it's quite. You see, you can never trust people in this Wisconsin, as it were.
I know
I'm sure-
exactly how you feel. A minute ago, a couple of people just ran up and stole tools from me and threatened me with a gun. So, I know
Well,
exactly how
I
it
didn't know
feels
about
to
the
be
gun. I thought they
sabotaged.
just pilfered your tools. Look, we'll return it, and we'll be more than happy to compensate you. for your time.
Let's talk about the compensation.
Yes, there you are. See, you're a man of business, a man of refinement, of course.
Yeah. What do you get? What are you offering me?
Oh, well, let me see here. I pull out my wallet here. I have $40.
Mm-hmm.
With more to come from my employer once we're able to reestablish communication.
What do you think? And
Can I try doing an etiquette check, see if it seems reasonable?
Yes. Go ahead and roll.
All
You can
right.
take a +1 for your etiquette.
I rolled 2 ones. So 3.
Bullshit.
He's never been more
the guy
insulted
says.
in his life.
Count
You come up
Blanchard,
here, you
he's
threaten. You have your friend threaten me with a gun, and then you want to give me $40 for a jar of motor oil. Well, it's still pretty good for a jar of motor oil, but hey, Fred, beat his ass.
Oh,
So,
no, Fred.
The strong man says, the strong man looks at him and is like, I can't think about stuff like that at a time like this.
I dare say, man, why are you so weepy with all those muscles and all that? Did the ringmaster do something to you? Maybe you should beat him up. Yes, that's what you should do.
The strong man tells you, well, my wife, Theodora, she's our only acrobat, and he keeps wanting her to perform, even though she's gone into labor with our first child. There's no
Oh, well,
doctor in
congratulations, I
sight.
dare say. No, nothing better than the joys of fatherhood. Look, say here. How about to make up for taking your tools, my friends perform in your circus?
God.
I dare say that they're quite acrobatic and have various talents and feats of daring do that can make up for your strong man and his wife and his new spawn not being able to attend, and then everything's even. We get our mechanical fluids, and you get your show.
And then the ringmaster says, how long can it possibly take to have a baby? She can get back up there as soon as she delivers, right? The strong man turns and slaps him.
I should have shot him.
Slaps him right across the face and says, I've had it, and storms off.
No, I dare say, don't slap him and leave me alone with him and come back. Let's I'll chase after the strong man. I'm gonna see if I can't help with the baby or something. I want to be near him and not near the ringmaster who could beat me up.
I'm sorry, wait, you followed the strong man? Is that what you said?
I do, yes. I'm not gonna stay there with the ringmaster is probably still mad at me and wants to hurt me.
Right. So the ringmaster
Strongman's
is
not mad at
laying
me.
there on the ground, sputtering, swearing, kind of, obviously disturbed. You follow the strongman. He comes up to a trailer, and he's walking in, and he's like, "This is my wife," and she's like, hi. I'm not really in the mood to entertain strangers right now. I'm having a baby. Did you
But don't
find a
worry, I
doctor?"
happen to. It's capital. I happen to have a doctor, and I dare say, what was the name of the strong man again? What was your name
Fred.
again, sir? Fred, I dare say, Fred,
Fred
you
Slender.
go get me that motor oil, and I'll get you a doctor that delivers your baby. On my word as a gentleman. Let me try this again.
Fred's like, yeah. And then I
Okay.
didn't mean to name him after your brother. Your brother's name is Fred, right?
Who?
Isn't
Me?
your brother? What's your brother's name?
Ben? Who's
Derek?
brother?
No, you, Dylan.
No, Derek is my brother.
Oh, okay. For some reason,
Possibly
I thought you had a
Casey.
brother named Fred, and I
No.
didn't want there to be any misunderstanding about him sounding like a dumbo in this adventure. All right.
No,
so
but my brothers sound like dumbos, so it would have been fine.
that's his stage name. His original. Anyway, so Fred's like, yeah, get him, and then Theodore's like, and he roots around in a box nearby and pulls out some motor oil, and Theodore's like, don't give it to him till he produces the doctor.
Well, yes, quite all right.
That's
Stay
fair.
here. Oh, my word, I dare say all this running around is doing quite a toll. Man, I suppose you have some kind of golf cart or other means of conveyance? No, of course you don't. I'll just go.
Yeah, sure, he does. So you can drive it.
Oh, he does?
It doesn't. Yeah.
Very good. I dare say I'll be back in 2 GIFs.
All right. So I'm assuming you just go down to get him.
I'm just going to go down to get Harold. And I'll beep the little horn. Me. I dare say, Harold. Me. We need your expertise. Me. Izzy, you got our charge. Harold, you're going to deliver a circus baby to this capital. What fun we're having.
I like that Isadora has the same nickname as you in real life, by the way.
It makes it easier.
Yes. And keep an eye on that juggler. I don't trust him as far as I could throw him.
He's now worked up to 2
I
balls.
make sure to bring the tools down with me. Like, sorry, everyone.
Yeah, I'm like, did you finish
Sorry.
though before you brought the tools?
He did patch
No,
up.
he did say he patched it up.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I'll toss you the motor oil because the Fred gave
Grab.
that to me, right? And then, or she said
he's
to
not
keep
giving
it.
it
Oh
to
no,
you
you
until
didn't
the
give it to me yet.
baby's,
Okay,
Yeah.
delivered.
gotcha.
Okay.
All right, very good then.
Sorry again. Sorry, everyone.
All right, no, it's quite all right. Quick, in the golf cart, you have to stand in the back because I have my things in the passenger
Felix.
seat.
I keep my back to the guy with the hypnotism pin the entire time.
They're now just watching the ambulance and watching you guys go back and forth. The juggler's juggling 2 balls now. He
I
seems
don't
to
trust
have
him.
settled into where he's standing.
Yes,
You don't trust him? Are you going to do?
I do not trust the juggler. No, there's something about him that's shifty,
Okay.
even for carny folk.
Are you just
I say out loud to no one in particular. Now let's go, Harold.
Well, not you
all
guys.
of the people in the
Other-
carnival
other-
look at you when you say that. When you make
Yes,
I
yes.
thought your
remark.
skill was to be gentlemanly. My God, man.
This is, I am a gentleman, a man of refinement. It's not supposed to be mingling with the carny folk. I mean, look at them. They're filthy. Ugh.
All right. So as you're not making friends on the way up there, but I'm
Oh,
assuming
no.
you guys go back up to. Do you
Yes.
both go or just Harold?
No, we both do. I'm driving him.
Okay.
I'm beeping the
Oh yeah,
little
you don't
horn.
want him driving.
He's,
That's
yeah,
for
he's
sure.
standing in the back.
right.
My stuff is in the passenger seat.
It's only a -1.
True.
Not
But
worth
I'll
it.
let you it's just a golf cart. I'll let you get up.
You don't
there.
want to flip a golf cart.
And let's see, you get up there, and Harold, you want to roll +1 for medical knowledge? Do you know human anatomy as well? You're an EMT, right? So you should.
Well, I was.
Oh yeah,
before.
EMTs deliver babies all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
8 + 1 is 9. So I guess that's
9.
right.
All right, it's not. She's ready, and so this is like a TV thing where she's ready as soon as you get there, and so that doesn't take that long. But she is very uncomfortable. She is not having. She is not having a lot of good times here. There's obviously no painkillers of any kind. And if you do have any, you didn't get a chance to use them before it was too late.
Oh,
And
dear.
She smacks you a couple times, sort of involuntarily, because she's whipping around her hands. The baby.
How long are her arms? Where's Ben?
He's pretty close. So it's a position she's sitting in. You have the baby, and the baby's safe and everything, but Fred is not real happy. And he's like, that seemed to go very badly. I don't know if that was. I don't know.
Did you want to try? Did you want to try?
No, Fred,
you want your money back,
You have
sir?
a beautiful baby boy. Yes, a little Felix right here for you. Look how handsome he is, just like his dad.
So while you guys are negotiating with Fred, and I'm going to have you, Felix is going to make a roll to try to convince him.
Okay.
So that was the negative effect of Harold's roll. And meanwhile, while you're doing that, out of sight of the two of you, all of a sudden, let's see, Isadora, go ahead and give me a roll.
Okay.
And you can add 1 because of your ability to tell when kind of people are up to something.
8.
You got an 8. Okay.
It's the freaking juggler.
The juggler all of a sudden drops both balls. His hand whips behind his back, and he throws a knife at you, right at your face. You are able to dodge, but unfortunately, the knife scratches your shoulder in such a way that you take a 0.5 point of damage. So you're at 2.5 for your hit points now.
Okay.
Wasn't her ear? She wasn't.
Oh, jeez, Ben.
Let's see. And as you do that, as you dodge out of the way, he pulls out a knife in each hand and is advancing toward you, ready to throw again. But you can take an action before he does.
Oh, okay. Can I shoot his hands?
You can go for it. Yeah, go ahead and roll.
Give him stigmata.
I don't know. Someone throws a knife at me. Just shoot him in the face. Go for it.
I'm trying to be nice
Not to
and not have a
mitigate.
murder charge on me, really.
Hey, I think
Oh, that
Wisconsin's
was
a
a goal,
stand your
wasn't
ground
it?
state.
That
Even
was
with
a goal.
vampires.
It's a 9.
Okay, so you got a
Oh,
9.
nice.
So success with 1 consequence. So you are able to shoot him in the hand. As you do so, let's see. As you do so, you do shoot him in the hand, but you were distracted taking aim. The magician guy has come up along the side and punches you and knocks you down.
Oh my
Not
god.
enough
He
for
flanks
damage.
me?
Not
You
enough for
bastard.
damage, but he does hit you.
That's rude.
Let's see. What are you going to do next?
Oh, I can still do stuff?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, they took they both moved. One got shot in the hand, so he didn't do much that time. So I'm going to have you take one more action before we flip back to the other boys.
Then I guess I'll just try to shoot him since I have the gun and
Okay.
he's attacking me at this point.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for it.
We're just shooting wherever's best point to get.
Just shooting
this
where
done.
the shooting is.
Mhm.
Oh, that's not great.
not
3.
people with more of a
What was
guideline.
it?
3.
3. Okay.
I fail miserably on that one.
So this time you, okay. So you fail miserably. You shoot and you miss him entirely. He pushes your hand as you're pulling the trigger, and you have now shot the front driver's side tire.
Oh no.
Son of a bitch.
As he does so, as that happens, as
as
that happens, the magician looks right at you and says, "How could you protect such a disgusting creature?" and your occult lore is good enough. You can recognize the vibe here that these guys are vampire hunters who are looking to kill vampires.
Told you it was a trap circus.
All right, so let's get back up to you guys. What did you roll, Felix, to convince Fred?
I rolled an 8.
Okay. So he's like, fine. He gives you the oil, and then he says, but get out of here. Don't come back, or I'm going to beat you down. You guys suck.
Yes, absolutely. I couldn't help but notice I heard some gunshots. Harold,
do you happen to have some tire patch?
I dare say, let's go. I show Harold that I still have the keys to the golf cart, so I'm kind of like, do this, like, let's get in the golf cart and drive back fast.
All right. I get in the golf cart.
Okay. As you guys do, you're driving down and you see Isadora is on the ground and there's a magician, just knocked her down, is going to punch her. There's a guy with a blown apart hand, but he is holding a knife and advancing towards her as well. Why don't you actually
roll?
roll?
One job, Isadora.
Felix, go ahead and roll to see if he notices you coming.
I mean, we are driving in a golf cart right at him. I mean, what am I rolling exactly?
He just got his hand. He's distracted. He just got his hand shot. So
can I yell? Can I yell, "Unhand her, you rapscallion," and shoot him?
Yes.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. Roll
all right, let me do that.
Roll for that.
Unhand her, you rapscallion. But I'm driving, so this will be fun. I'll line up and take a shot.
Now this is I'm gonna call in your physical condition though, because you're
100%.
shooting one-handed while driving, so you have to.
No, 100%. You totally should. It's a terrible
why don't
idea.
You let me take the shotgun, maybe.
No, it's my Webley. The shotgun's still at the ambulance.
Yeah, you didn't say you took it.
I thought you just like took it. Oh, okay.
Actually, it's still a 7.
Okay, so you got a 7. So
yeah.
Let's see. Okay, so it does work. You shoot him. You hit him in the back. He is now down. He's been shot twice, so he is dead. He's lost both of his hit points.
Freaking jugglers.
Does the company care if they're vampire hunters?
I care if they're vampire hunters. They're going to kill us.
However, when you fired, you fell out of the golf cart and take a half a point of damage.
Oh my word!
Now that does leave you, Harold, in a golf cart with no driver, careening towards the ambulance. What do you do?
Driving PTSD's gonna kick in on a golf cart.
I'm gonna obviously try and brake.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that, but you have to take a -1 because it is a vehicle.
I failed miserably.
Yes.
So you actually hit Isadora with the golf cart.
No.
And you each take a half a point of damage.
But he would have to hit the magician too. The magician's right on top of Izzy.
Yeah, you do, but unfortunately he was knocked clear of it without actually becoming damaged.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, it is just a golf cart.
Yeah. So you both did take. So now I'm assuming I'm going to assume you guys are keeping track of your hit points. So
yeah, I got it written down, boss.
All right, so
I'm keeping track of my ammo too.
Let's go to. Let's see. So Isadora, you were hit by a golf cart, but you're not under the golf cart. You just got hurt. You can get up and do something if you want to, which I assume you do. I think you're muted.
Is the magician still a thing right now?
Yes, he's standing up, but he is unarmed.
He is unarmed. Okay. Like I don't want to waste an action just trying to hit him in the balls for being a bastard. So I should try something else. I'll just try shoot him again, I guess.
Okay.
How many bullets do I have?
Yeah, hitting him in the balls.
How many have you? Let's see. Let's say you said you have a 9mm automatic. That's usually 10 bullets, I guess.
Yes, I haven't done that many. It's only been 3 shots, I think.
Okay. And by the way, the time of day, it is now dusk. It is starting. The sun is starting to set.
Of course it is.
I told you we should have wasted all that time delivering that baby.
So let's go ahead and you can roll. Just a regular 2.
Well, I got a 4.
Okay, so
bullets.
You shoot
We're gonna switch you out.
You shoot the back driver's side tire this time.
No,
you were still a little jiggly from getting hit by the thing, and your aim was a little bit off.
We're gonna get this vampire in Montana in a golf cart.
All right. So I guess it's up to me to try and craft a tire, which you can do out of various things. I saw it in Mythbusters. You can use tree stumps. You can use things like that
Oh,
to just get
God.
you going. Something that's
I was just saying, how big are the tires on the little golf cart? Maybe we
yeah,
could
I don't
just.
think they fit though. It'd be
In the middle of this
Oh, use the
firefight,
rubber.
Harold turns
It's up to you
and
guys.
starts
It's up to
fashioning
you guys
a
to keep
tire
me-
off to the side, right next to
All
the
right, all right. No,
vampire general.
I direct everyone, whether they listen to me or not. That's my plan. I do the tires. Anyone do the blood bag, get the vampire fed, because it's getting dusk.
Ben, there's
Go ahead
an
and call
evil
that out.
magician
Go ahead
that
and,
we haven't
call
killed
that
the
yet.
out.
other person has to fire like random to get everyone away from us.
So do you say that in character? You're telling them, somebody feed the
I said that
vampire?
very much in character. You throw the blood bag in. You with the gun, fire randomly, get them away from us. You can hit them if you want. I will be trying to craft a tire in two minutes. I don't know what's fair.
Okay, roll for the tire. You can roll for tire making.
Oh,
You add one for your craft. And who's doing what? Are you guys? Who's going after? Are you both going after the magician, or is somebody going to try to throw the make sure the blood is out of the fridge for the vampire?
Well, you just say it's not quite.
It's not
night,
dark
though,
yet.
right?
You probably
Not
have
quite.
at
my
least
suggestion
20
is, like,
minutes
throw
before
one
it's
in
dark
there.
enough that he might eat if he wants to yet.
right. Like throw it in, close the door.
That's
All
your
right, no,
suggestion, though. You're making tires.
Right. Yeah.
No, we have to take out the evil magician.
Okay.
So I'll
What's,
stand up all creakly like, oh, yeah.
What did
Moderate
Harold roll,
success.
by the way, for tires?
Moderate success on tires. It was a 6.
Okay, so you make.
Oh, wait, this is fail.
No,
I'm gonna go ahead and say, let's say that in your craftiness, you take the golf cart tires. You have this idea to take the golf cart tires, and you're able to modify them to get them onto the thing.
Oh God.
I'm not
It's like
shooting
it'll be
anymore.
like a low rider.
but they're not going to make it the whole trip.
yeah.
You can tell.
They don't
All
need
right.
to. We just need to get out of the area.
So
For now,
as
yeah.
you guys, now the magician has reached in his sleeve and he pulled out a bouquet of flowers. The flowers, however, start to emit a toxic gas in your area, and he's spraying it towards you. Why don't you, both of you roll to see if you can dodge away from that and avoid being hit by the toxic gas.
Well, that would be. I'm further away than those two. So you mean Ben and Izzy have to roll for the toxic gas?
I'm at the van.
Were you rushing towards the magician to get him?
Yeah. No, I've just stood up. I'm an old man who fell out of a golf cart. Cut me some slack.
All right.
Well, I failed. So
Isabel, what did you rolled and what?
failed.
Okay,
5.
so you get a face full of this toxic gas, and
Awesome.
it's enough that it knocks you for a loop to where you are not able to move for, let's see, actually, well, you do take a half a point of damage, but you're not able to move for a few moments, which leaves you vulnerable to attack.
All right, I'll try to take a shot at the magician now, since I've stood up. Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Oh God, he's gonna miss.
Drop those flowers, you rapscallion! I've got nothing. I fell out of a golf cart. My goodness. 5.
Okay, you.
This is not going well for us.
No. I know.
All right.
I even changed dice, and it's still.
Okay, so before you can fire, you hear there's a gunshot that rings out, and you are grazed in the arm by a gunshot.
Oh my word!
So you take a point of damage for that, and you look back, and the ringmaster is coming with a rifle over the hill, and you can hear him. You can hear him calling out, "What are you doing in my performance? I got a show tonight."
They attacked us. The evil. I don't know how much I can yell to him.
So Harold, you got the tire thing done. What do you do?
Well, I'm going to go in and try and feed the vampire. I'm going to go in and because they're busy, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I open my med kit and open the thing and use my UV light to blind the vampire.
Wait, what?
What?
So you open the coffin?
I open the coffin and use my UV light immediately to blind the vampire.
Okay, go ahead and roll for that.
We had a vampire hunter among us the whole time.
No.
Complete success. That's a 10.
The vampire is now blinded. He can't see for the foreseeable future. He's not.
All right, I
he's not
use my med kit
permanently
to.
blinded.
Unless I get an action, I use my med kit to like use the stake that I have that's from that tool to create the silver stake and try and kill him.
Okay, so let's see. Harold pulls out his scalpel from his medical kit, flips a switch, and a silver stake protrudes from the bottom, and he attempts to drive that into the vampire. You can, let's see. Well, yeah, go ahead and roll for success here. I don't think that you have. Can you make a case for a +1, or are you just rolling 2 dice?
No, I can't. Yeah, just 2 dice, but it's a 10.
It is a 10. So you do pierce the vampire. Because we're working with hit points, he does not completely die, but you have given him 1 point of damage for an otherwise usually lethal hit. That was, I think I established earlier, something that would be lethal takes away a point of damage. So there's no insta-kills, unfortunately, for you. Okay.
So just keep stabbing him?
So,
I mean, I could.
Well, yes, but we're going to let other people take some action. It took you some time to do that.
That's true.
The magician goes like, "Way to go, buddy," and gives you a double thumbs up. And I've heard of you. You're really cool. And then,
Lovecraft vampire hunter.
but as should be expected, the vampire clambering around, he can't see, but he is able to grab his electric guitar and smashes you across the face with it. Well, you can roll to tell us what you're going to do in reaction to it or dodge, but roll and see if you can dodge.
9.
You got a 9, so success with a consequence. You dodge successfully, but you fall backwards out of the ambulance and are now laying flat on your back outside of the ambulance.
Okay. Do I get to go more?
Felix and Isadora, what are you guys going to do? It's time. You guys get to take an action during all this. Isadora, you are coming to your senses. You can see clearly. And as you do come to your senses, you see Harold laying on his back. You're not sure what has been happening because you couldn't see because of the gas. And you see the magician going like whoop, whoop, whoop while he's looking at Harold. And you see the vampire thrashing around holding an electric guitar. And Felix is, and the ringmaster is still running over the hill towards you guys with a rifle. And then you notice Felix is, I don't know if he's just staggering around or if he's coming towards the ambulance.
So what I would like to do, and not to step on Izzy's turn, is I would just like to take cover behind the ambulance because you've established it's bulletproof, and I don't want to be in the line of sight of the ringmaster's rifle.
Yeah, that's fine. You can do that kind of as a free movement, or you don't have to roll for that because you're close enough.
Are you sure? I'm old and I fell out of a golf cart. I'll roll for it if you want me to.
No, you're right, but he was taking the tires off the golf cart, so I think you had time to do that with all the stuff that was happening. Isadora, what would you like to do? And let's say because... oh, no, sorry, go ahead.
Unfortunately, I should have done that secretly.
So let's see, you... go ahead. How are you going to kill him? Are you going to shoot him? That's been working well.
I'm trying to. It's not been working well, but yeah, I love that. I guess it's what I have.
Yeah, if you can tie in anything with occult lore or your, perception of bullshit, then you can do something different. If you could tie that in, but I'm not sure how.
Can I tell if he is actually doing this, or has the magician got to him in a weird way?
Okay. Do you want to roll? Your occult knowledge would be able to tell you that. Or maybe your...
Was both?
Either one. You
both,
can roll
maybe?
one. Yeah, you can roll an extra one either way because you're using both.
That was a 9 + 1, so 10.
Okay, so for a 10, you can tell that Harold possesses the same vibe that these other guys did. You didn't see it before. You were apprehensive because you and he were verbally sparring, but you didn't see it before until now. But he seems full-fledged to be in the mode of hunting a vampire.
Okay, so who's closest to the vampire as of right now?
He is because he's on the other side of the car.
You're all pretty
Harold or
equidistant. You're just on the side of the car close. So here's where everyone is. You're standing. Isadora is on the side of the ambulance that's on the same side as the ringmaster, who is running down. And let's see, Felix, you're on the other side of the ambulance, right by the side door.
Yeah, I imagine like by the
enter.
passenger.
Yeah.
I imagine like I'm at the passenger's door, not the driver's side. I just imagined the ambulance looking up towards the hill. Ringmaster's running down the hill, so I'm on the other side of there. That's out of the line of sight of the Ringmaster.
Yes.
And then behind the car, that's where Ben just fell out, and Izzy's there too, right?
Yes.
Ish.
So you guys
and
are
the
both,
magician.
Yeah. So you're basically exactly. You're all basically pretty equidistant from the vampire. Felix, you'd be able to get the side door open without having to roll. You're right there, and it's not locked.
Perfect.
So, yeah. So what are you gonna do, Felix?
I will. Actually, you know, I will open the door. Is the shotgun in front, or does it? Wait a minute. So if I open the door, will I see the vampire back there pissed off?
Yes, you can see him through the window. You already know that he's thrashing around.
Oh, okay.
You saw what Harold did, so you can.
Oh, I did? I did say Harold. What the hell, man? Good God, you're going to queer this up for all of us. Master, you must calm down. You must calm down. We'll protect
I have
you.
something I would like to deploy as soon as possible. Just
Oh, no.
you know when.
So
all right,
let's see. Is Felix? Yeah. Are you? What is your action? Did you grab the?
So while I'm yelling all that, though, am I able to? Is the shotgun? Am I able to grab
You
it?
can grab it. It's inside, and it's not that big of a thing.
Okay, cool. I'll grab it, and if I have time to take a shot, I'd like to shoot in the direction of the Ringmaster just to scare him.
Go ahead. You can roll for that.
Yeah. Okay. If I've got enough actions to do that. All right. So here we go. 7.
Okay. So you do scare him, and he starts to run away, but the shotgun jams as you try to expel the shell.
Eject the shell.
Yeah, then it does jam, and you cannot get it to load the next shell. All right, Harold, what you gonna do?
That was 5 shells total. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm making a note of where the vampire is in the back. I want to deploy my smoke bomb and then make another go at stabbing him with my stake.
Okay. Okay, so you got a moderate success on your smoke bomb.
I did.
So now tell me your intention for the smoke bomb. Who do you want it to affect, and what do you want it to do?
My goal was always to make it obfuscate whatever's going on. So like I thought like when the car would break down, like I could use that to go back and stab the vampire, but it's just basically just a big blast of smoke. So
you just want everyone to be confused, not see what's going on.
Right, myself included. Yeah,
Okay.
But that's why I make a mental note of where the vampire is. Like, okay, that go, and that way no one can shoot at me or do things to me.
Okay, so you set it off, and you're jumping into the truck to get the vampire.
Yeah, for a second stab. Yeah.
Okay, so you were successful with the smoke bomb going off. Nobody can see what's going on. There is a consequence, though. As you jump up, you cannot find you lose track of your bearings almost immediately, and you don't know where the vampire is.
Oh dear.
That's what I get. All right, I'm still gonna try and stab. Like find the guy and make a stab because it's a stake. So
Let's tell you what, I'm gonna have you roll for that, but let's say, Isadora, are you gonna do anything in the meantime? You're in the middle of all this smoke. You can hear the ringmaster as he's running back up the hill going like, "You guys suck."
Where's the magician?
The magician is standing outside the ambulance in the back. He's just about a foot away from you before you were blinded by the smoke. So you can't see him anymore, but that's where he was standing.
Yeah. Can I try to find him and maybe put him in a headlock? Since
Sure.
I'm not doing very well with a gun and I don't want to
Go
shoot
ahead.
and smoke.
Right. Yeah, go for it.
So that's a 8. 8.
Okay. You are successful in grabbing a hold of him. You have him headlocked and he wriggles and can't get out. Let's see. However, you do both fall down on the ground, but you still got a hold of him because you got a success.
That's fine. It's just a step in the right direction. So.
All right. So Felix, you do something before we roll. We resolve if Harold can stake the vampire.
I feel like Felix can still see what's going on because he's on the opposite side of the smoke bomb, right?
He did open the door, though, so there is smoke coming out the door.
Oh, good one, Felix.
I dare say, what is all this? Master, come towards the sound of my voice. You have to get out of the ambulance.
I thought so.
Let's see. Why don't you roll to convince the vampire?
All right. I do have good vampire etiquette. He might like me. Would he like me at an 8?
Let's see, at an 8. Yes, that's a success with a cost. He comes jumping out towards your voice, As he does, he knocks you over, and you do take a half a point of damage.
Well, I mean, yeah, he is a vampire.
Where are you guys at damage-wise, just so you know? Is anybody teetering on the edge here?
I'm at 2.5. I only took 1/2, so 2.5.
2.5.
I'm at 1.5.
Okay.
I'm at 1.
Okay. As soon as you, Felix, from the ground position, you are underneath the smoke, and you hear a rushing in the grass, the tall grass and everything across the side of the road. You lean your head back so that you can see, and you see what looks like, you can recognize, a werewolf running on all fours towards y'all.
Oh, dear.
Also allergic to silver, so that's
Yep.
that.
So let's see. Who are we at here? Why don't we go to Isadora? You are on the ground with the magician. If you do, with you having
it was
a hold
fine,
of
but I
him-
swung and missed, right?
Yeah.
Oh, right,
since I-
right. He was not in the van anymore, so you don't have. So you did swing and miss. Are you going to do anything to react to that? You don't know where he is because you couldn't see where he went.
Who? The magician?
No, sorry. I was just saying for Harold. He said he swung and missed.
Oh,
by
okay.
mistake.
Sorry.
So yeah, it's true. Harold, are you going to do anything? Try to do anything else?
Get out the back. I'm guessing I can tell that he's like,
Okay.
if I'm swinging around, there's nothing there, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
You can get out, and you can get out without. Yeah, you can get out without rolling. You're able to find that because you know it's right behind you. So Isadora, and I will say, if you want to shoot him, I would definitely give you advantage because you've got a hold of him, and he is right there.
I'm gonna have
So, I would
Yeah, sure.
say-
Let's do that.
You can go ahead. I mean, not to tell you to,
Imagine
Go
holding
ahead.
someone just like bang, bang.
Hey, what
bang.
number am I thinking of? 9 or 8? Blam.
So 7 and then plus 1, 8.
Okay. So you
Either way,
succeed.
success.
Right. Okay. So you see, with a cost, you are able to. The magician is now dispatched. Let's see. Has he been hit before?
Who, me?
No,
Him?
the magician. Actually, I can't remember. I don't think he's been injured.
No, I don't think so.
You know, I don't think he had. You
No,
said he
okay.
didn't get hurt
So
by
you-
the.
No, I kept
um,
trying and
He's
he
in,
didn't.
Yeah. Okay. He's in
Yeah.
bad shape. He's only got one hit point left. The cost of your action, however, is the noise. The report of the firearm has distracted. Now the werewolf is coming towards you. At this point, the
Ooh.
smoke has dissipated enough that everybody can see what's going on. And so, Felix, what are you going to do?
All right then. I will reach in the car and pull out my cane and reveal that it's a sweet ass sword. And
Oh, we
I
got Zach
see.
Ricci over here.
I know, right? Well, I figure that's a good gentlemanly weapon. And do I see? Can I do a situational awareness? I want to see, like, if I know where the vampire master is, where the werewolf is, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the smoke is gone, so you can see
Okay.
without rolling. You can see
Oh,
the werewolf is now
There's
headed.
the
He's
werewolf.
almost over to where Isadora is, and then the vampire is now standing up, and he is blearily. It looks like he can kind of see.
Okay.
He's got a broken guitar in one hand, and he looks pissed. His teeth are fully fanged out.
Oh my god. Yeah, I bet. I say. So
It's now
I'll yell,
nighttime, by the way, and he's probably hungry.
oh my god.
Eat Harold!
I'll
Eat
say-
Harold! He doesn't know.
I say, Master, you have to take leave. We'll take him from here. I'm gonna take. So wait, can I see where Ben is? Is he still in the ambulance? I probably can't see
No,
him.
he
Right?
jumped out the back. Now, Isadora,
Okay.
did you actually say that to the vampire?
Yeah.
You can roll to convince him.
Eat Harold.
Oh, okay. Does he know who Harold is?
While
Oh,
I'm
I mean-
leaving, I'm gonna
The
grab
one
that.
who's not you and the one who's not me. Eat the other
So you're pointing at Harold and me like, him, get him.
I'm gonna grab the blood bag that we talked about earlier.
7.
Okay. So you got a 7. It does work. The vampire turns and lunges toward Harold,
oh my.
but
I tossed the blood bag at him, like, here's
Yeah.
your blood.
so it does work because she did roll. So the vampire gets you with he drops the guitar and slashes you with his like kind of claw hands, and so you do take a point of damage. However, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna say actually you got to roll for the blood bag.
I guess no +1, so it's 7.
Okay, so you got a 7. It does work with the cost, of course. So the blood bag bursts on the vampire's face. It does work. It burns because, as you guys, as Ben secretly messaged me earlier, he has laced this blood with garlic and silver.
Oh, Jesus.
So the vampire does take. He is hurt.
Wait, he's blind. He shouldn't know where I am.
His eyesight's coming back. He wasn't permanently blinded. They heal pretty quick. So
He's blind again now.
So it did work, but with a cost. The work is that it burns him in the face, and he's not able to attack you. The thing that is at cost is that it only cost him 0.5 point of damage because it didn't get in his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So he is now at 2.5 for his, just so you guys are keeping track of that. At this point,
That's true.
let's see. Nobody has done anything to stop the werewolf.
No, actually, that's what I was going to do next. I actually wanted to take a shot at him to try to distract him.
Okay.
So I've got my sword in one hand and my Webley in the other.
Okay.
Pew,
so
pew, pew.
Go ahead and roll.
Sword and pistol by my side.
All right. So you want to roll for shooting the guy, the werewolf.
I want to shoot the werewolf so he doesn't attack the lady.
Okay.
Because I'm a.
Your gun is loaded with normal bullets?
It is, yes.
Okay. But go ahead.
And
that
yeah, so it's. I know it's just to distract him, but since I'm doing this to be a gentleman, can I add my etiquette to the roll?
Say something
To save a
gentlemanly
lady.
as you shoot him.
Okay, very good.
Convince me that this is something that would stop him.
I dare say, fight a man your own size and leave that poor woman alone.
There you go.
Or
Not a snap. Change my mind.
All right, so that would be an 11.
So you do
Nice.
succeed in shooting the werewolf. Are you rolling for hitting him and distracting him? Basically, that was your goal, right?
Well, yeah, because I know my bullet's not really going to hurt him because it's not a silver bullet, but I'm hoping it's enough to piss him off so he turns around to come after me instead of trying to kill Izzy.
Okay. So let's see. You do have a success in distracting him. You do hit him, and he does not hit Isadora. What he does instead is he rakes a claw across the magician, and the magician is now dispatched.
Well, now I don't even know what to think.
He does turn and look at you, and he does not look very happy. But he's not moving. He just turns and looks at you like...
Werewolves and vampires are natural enemies. I thought this was a setup.
All right. So let's see. Who's doing what? You got... Isadora, you haven't taken action yet, have you, this round? So why don't you go for it?
no,
What do you
I guess
wanna
the
do?
last thing I did was shooting the magician.
yeah, it's yours.
Yeah. So what do you want to do now?
I'm shooting Harold.
Okay.
Sorry,
You wanna
man.
roll?
You got to do it.
So I got 6.
Okay.
I'm like, is there anything I can add to that?
Well, let's see.
Blinding rage.
Yeah, blinding rage.
Can you make a case for use of your occult lore or your immuneness to bullshit?
I'm just a dude.
You'd have to make a case for it. Harold has no incentive to help you. Felix or Dylan, table talk time. If you do have an idea of how she could, you can suggest it.
Oh, that would be way too meta. It'd have to be such an ass pull. I mean, because like she's so resistant to bullshit. The fact that this bullshit pulled one over on her anyway would really fuel it. And now that she's completely clear of the bullshit, anything she does that involves Harold, she sees much clearer than she would with anyone else.
Yeah. Fucking bullshitter.
As to where to shoot me?
Yes. Oh, especially for
Between the eyes, if I can.
So are you arguing for a +1 because of that? Because
Yes.
That's how I would argue for it. If I was
That's
the
exactly
DM,
what I was
would say
thinking,
that's
though.
bullshit and you can't do
yeah,
it.
I'm afraid not, because you're not.
Yes.
You're not being. He's not trying to trick you anymore. So
Exactly.
unfortunately, with a 6, you miss. You do hit the vampire.
You hit the other tire. It's like, Izzy, stop shooting the tires.
No, you hit the vampire. Right in the head.
Wait, if Ben was the traitor, why'd you fix the tires?
There's no way that they'd be that close to each other. Okay, that's fine.
No, he just threw blood.
No, they are. They're
poison
in
blood
melee.
his face.
Yeah.
So
they're
okay,
like
you hit the
right in front. Okay.
vampire. And all of a sudden, like he gets so angry, and he gets angry. His head kind of clears. You can see some of the burns on his face start to go down slightly, and he turns on you like, "Oh, okay." Now I see who's been trying to kill me. He's not been able to see this whole time. So now he's angry. He can see again, and he thinks you're a vampire hunter.
Wow.
I'm
Do you
just
want-
gonna die.
I will say, do you want to try? If you do, well, I don't want to tell you what to do.
I just want to die.
Do you want to tell
I mean,
him that you're not?
Sure.
If you do that, I mean, you could take a +1 because you know occult so well.
Yeah. Sorry about that, sir. I was really trying to shoot the asshole behind you who has betrayed us.
It's true. He's betrayed us all.
Go ahead and roll
Especially
for
you.
convincing.
10 actually. Wait, am I adding 1 to it?
Yeah, it's
'Cause of
either way,
etiquette?
If you get 10+, it's the same as if you get.
Well, no, because it's a 9, but if I get to add 1 to it, it's a 10.
Say it.
And I dare say my
Say it in
gentlemanliness leads through.
Yeah.
I dare say, sir,
Okay.
the lady is absolutely right. It was Harold who betrayed us all along.
All
Capital.
right. So the
Pip, pip.
vampire turns on you, Harold,
Also, big fan.
and he says, "It's always a pleasure to meet my fans." And then he lunges at you. Go ahead and roll to defend yourself.
Can I try and stab him as I do?
Yeah. You
Like
can.
That would be a great way to defend yourself,
Yeah,
is stabbing
that's a
him.
good
Yes,
counterattack.
I would recommend that. Yes.
11.
Okay, so he
You bastard.
he hits you for a
Prove it.
point. You hit him for a point. He's like, I
Oh
want
my-
confirmation in the room.
I'm mad. Now I have 2 reasons to not like Ben today. Okay. Noted.
I was nice to Casper.
No.
All right. So now, what happens next is unexpected. The werewolf also attacks you, Harold.
Oh.
So now roll to defend and tell us how you're going to do it.
Well, I mean, they're also allergic
Yeah,
to
stab the werewolf too, Ben. Don't stop
It's the only weapon I
stabbing.
have.
It's the
Yeah, go
only
for
way
it.
you're going to get out of this.
Go for
And
it.
it's silver too, so why?
Yeah, no, do it.
Um,
I'm glad I shot the werewolf with a non-lethal bullet.
a
Jesus.
7, moderate success.
Okay. You do. You are able to stab him, and you succeed in not being attacked. But your stake breaks.
Gone.
Your stake weapon breaks and falls on the ground. The werewolf takes a point of damage. So he would now be down to 2 hit points. Okay. Isadora, what are you going to do?
Like, I'm like, how many bullets do I have at this point? Do I even want to try that anymore?
You've got at least 5 left.
I think at this point I just want to strangle him with my own bare hands.
Okay. You can roll for that.
He is flanked by a vampire and a werewolf. I
think
like your
he's
chances.
down to probably just half a point of damage.
Half a
So a moderate level violence would finish him off.
No!
All right, yeah, let's do
Where are
that.
my circus friends? Come on, circus friends.
No!
They're both dead.
Let's do it.
I guess the ringmaster wasn't in on it for some reason.
Yeah, like everyone else was like, yeah,
Oh, awesome. That
whatever.
was a 7.
The ringmaster, there's no way to know this officially for your characters, but the ringmaster was not in on it. He did not.
Oh,
know.
very good.
They were
He
recent
seemed like he
hires.
did.
Sorry, what did you roll, Izzy?
7.
You rolled a 7? Okay.
Yeah.
So you do succeed in choking him. Since this is an attack, let's see. You do succeed. But we do have to have a cost because it's succeed with a cost. So you do strangle him, but he only takes a quarter point of damage because of the
A
cost.
quarter point. Oh, how
He's
generous.
down to a quarter
1
point.
quarter person.
And he is visibly aroused. That's the cost, yes.
I think I felt something.
For the first time in his life.
And then then the werewolf says awkward. And let's see, we had feelings.
I dare say, sorry about shooting you, Mr. Wolf.
Harold, you're so close to death. Let's let you take an action next. What are you going to do?
I'm going to book it. I'm going to run.
I'm going to convince you to surrender.
My goal is to heal myself because I got medical knowledge with my med kit that is also a fully fledged med kit.
Okay, go ahead and roll for running.
10.
Okay, yeah, you're running away. You're which direction are you going towards
He
the
really
circus?
did get weighted.
Or are you
Nice.
going down the road, just the long road?
Whatever looks the most obfuscated with the most places to hide. Like, is there forest and that sort of thing? Or
No trees or anything. No, not in this
It's
area.
Wisconsin, Ben.
Yeah,
I guess
if you want to hide, you got a better chance with the tents and the.
Take a shelter with a
yeah,
cow.
okay. Oh,
If
towards the
there's just
circus.
cheese.
Okay, what are you guys
around,
gonna
or-
do while he's running away?
I did. He's He's just running away. You're a werewolf. Chase him down.
I say we all attack at the same time. He can't block all of us.
Okay, say what you're going to do. So
No, I say if he's running away, we secure the master and get out of here before more of his cronies show up.
All right. So
That's
so
a
there's
better
some
idea.
debate. What are
I'm
you guys
just
gonna do?
mad.
I'm trying to remember.
That is a better idea.
I'm just tired.
I'm just in my feelings because I didn't see his bullshit.
So now all the let's see, all the tires are still working because you fixed them after she shot them out. So okay.
Well, they're working a while. Yeah, they're like patched up to like go a couple miles or so.
All right. So let's see.
Werewolf.
So you're going to ask the vampire to get back in the van?
No. Well, I want to figure out what the hell's going on. Who's this werewolf?
Well, you can ask him.
I guess. Man. Okay, hold on, man. Because we won't be safe if Ben's still running around on the loose. Werewolf, can you go kill that man for us?
Please.
The werewolf looks at you and he's like, on it. And he starts
thank
running after Ben.
God.
Or I was just running after Harold, I should say.
I didn't even have to offer him $40. I say, Master, we need to get you someplace safer than here.
Let's see, Fang Peterson, if that's his real name. He's looking like he's not real happy. And he's like, I sure am glad that I hired that backup bodyguard to follow us along the way. And boy, I'm sure glad that he I'm glad that he was here to help you idiots to try to keep me alive.
Well, I dare say we didn't know we'd be betrayed.
I didn't hire Harold.
He gets into the coffin, lit up because it's night, snuggling into the dirt, and he says, by the way, I'm still hungry, so you better feed me pretty quick.
Are all of them, or was it just the one that he had that was laced?
All of the other blood bags, I should say, are slashed.
And I was going to say I wouldn't chance those blood bags either because of the possibility that they were poisoned.
Are there empty blood bags that I can use to give my own blood through it?
Yes. Yeah, you have that in the medical kit in the car.
Then I will do that since I have a knowledge of how to do that since I used to work at the blood bank.
Oh,
that
that's
makes
pretty
sense.
good. Okay. Go ahead and roll for how that goes.
I just don't want eating.
Hey, while she's doing that, I'm going to take the time to unjam the shotgun
Okay.
and have the
That's,
shotgun ready.
Go ahead
9.
and roll for that too.
Okay.
You got a 9, so it did work. But you will be you'll have to take a -1 for any physical actions for a day. If that happens. We're probably not going to have time for a whole nother day. But
that's
a consequence.
I got a 6 on unjamming the shotgun.
You're not able to. Yeah, it just is stuck.
All right.
It's stuck.
Oh,
In
that's
fact,
good.
it's
That's
not
fair.
only stuck. I forgot.
Oh, no.
Something bad has to happen. You
It backfires and hurts him.
Yes, it backfires. It
Stop
fires
it, Harold.
out the window, but it comes up and hits you in the face, and you take a 0.5 point of damage.
Very good. Why not?
What if that was how you died? That'd be embarrassing.
That would be hilarious. I would freaking love it. All right.
Patch myself up now.
All right, Harold, the werewolf is upon you.
Oh, right.
What are you
okay.
going to do? You're going to counterattack? You're going to hide? You're going to dodge? What are you going to do?
I can't kill him. I'm on a quarter point, so I'm going to try and hide.
Okay, go ahead and roll for hide.
I reload my Webley.
He can
That shouldn't
sniff you
cause
out.
any issues, right?
That's
It's
fine.
just break and
Yeah.
take them out.
What'd you get?
11.
11. Okay, you jump into one of the trailers where the Carney people live, and luckily there's no one in there. So you're able to get in there and close the door. The werewolf is looking around, and as it so happens, as you jump in, it is the cotton candy and food wagon, and so it masks your smell as well because you got an 11.
Nice.
Okay, what are you guys?
Do I have time to try and heal myself, or is it to them?
Let's see what they're going to do first. Well, yeah, go ahead, guys. What are you going to do?
We're gonna light the whole circus on fire. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You are all three of you now in the van, right? You're in the ambulance with the vampire. You have just fed him blood, your own blood. So
I'm gonna say so. I dare say, Izzy, take this atlas. I'll start driving us out of here, away from the man who's trying to kill us. We'll let the werewolf deal with him, and we'll try to find the nearest town to get proper repairs that hopefully are not sabotaged.
All
Sounds like an
right.
excellent plan.
So you drive off since, and you know what? Since, let's see. We are
This
almost
is like
out of-
go-kart tires, keep in mind.
Yes, we are. So yeah, you're driving in go-kart tires, and you drive until you see an upcoming town, and we are almost out of the time that we have allotted for this. Let's go ahead and let's see. You get into town, and why don't you, Felix, roll to see what you're getting up to somewhere. Let's say it's I don't know. What are you looking for, by the way? Are you going to pull over by like a car lot or somewhere you can
Or
steal a
yeah,
car,
anything
or a
that
mechanic
seems
shop, or
anything that seems even remotely automotive.
okay.
Even like a gas station, you know?
Okay. So why don't you both roll for general perception and luck?
That would be 7.
Okay. How about you, Esma?
4.
You doze off. Isidore dozes off in the passenger seat because
Well,
you
I
just
am
gave blood.
tired.
Yeah.
I am very
You just gave
tired.
blood.
She didn't get her cookie. You always get a cookie after you give blood.
Don't talk to me, Harold. Sorry.
Felix, you notice that there is a pickup truck that is running, and the guy has stepped out of it and is talking to some friends. And so you do notice that there's a truck you could steal. And you, let's see, but then when you pump the brakes to stop behind it, they don't work because someone didn't fix them very well, maybe on purpose.
Oh,
And
no.
you do, and why don't you roll to see what happens?
Why not? 7 again.
Okay. So you are able to stop. You are able to stop right by the truck, and the thing that happens is you hit the guy who is there talking to his friends, which does attract a lot of attention.
No.
Oh, dear.
But you were successful. You were successful in stopping the car, and you can steal the pickup truck if you guys want to do that. So, because you are there at that point.
Oh my God! We're gonna steal a pickup. How are we gonna steal a pickup truck? I'm an old man, and she's missing a pint of blood.
That's true. You will have to. So
not
let's
covered.
see. In the interest of time, I'm going to do this. So the werewolf comes up to you guys. He's abandoned looking for Harold. He comes up and he does. You guys are basically in the realm of where we would call this a basic win. The idea of this game is for a win for Ben would have been to kill the vampire. A win for you guys would have been to get the vampire to his destination or to be en route to the destination safely. So let's say that the werewolf is there. You do have his help. Nobody's tried to stop him or anything for a while. So he is doing his due. He's able to transfer the coffin to the pickup and sit back there with the vamp. Y'all take off. And
All right.
on your way to your destination. However, the camera closes in on the snack. Oh, the camera pans over and it says 1 day later, and we see the carnival with kids and people all over the place. We see Theodora holding her baby all happy. We see Fred lifting weights to impress everyone. We see the sign that says juggler and magician or mentalist wanted. And then it pans over to the snack cart, which is open and full work. And we see Harold selling cotton candy to the masses. The camera fades to black and it says the end, ... question mark.
Oh my God. Well, that was excellent.
I almost made it. What was I like? One hit point.
God,
away?
you were close. It took me a minute to figure it out because you're like, I'm opening the coffin to blind it with the UV. It's like, wait, why? Oh no.
That's why I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So was that part of the
Played it
setup, or
well.
did you choose to do that, Ben?
I
That was
asked Ben beforehand if he would be an undercover vampire hunter to see how that would go. So his mission was to kill the vampire.
You knew I couldn't keep it secret if I was a secret vampire hunter. That's why you didn't ask me.
And when I mentioned earlier about like Dwight like doing like those tests, like I was wondering if he thought like everyone's like a vampire hunter and like
Oh,
nobody
that'd be wild if I
as a
made everybody a
vampire hunter.
vampire hunter. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been. And
Everybody's
you're like,
kinda
but it's
one of
really
each other.
important you kill the vampire without the other people noticing. So
Right.
it'd be like an episode of Frasier. We're just all walking to the same room. Oh, hello.
Everybody's like, whoa.
I had to get this blood packet. Oh, well, I'll be going.
Right. Well, good job, guys. And since, by the way, according to Renfield and Sons, you guys each are given a choice. You have a choice of 3 different rewards. You can get a promotion and stay within the wonderful, fast-paced world of vampire courierism. Or you can get a healthy retirement package to where you can retire in style. Or you also have the option. Fangs Peterson is willing to turn you into a vampire, eternal life as a vampire, if you so choose. So tell us what happens to you guys. What do you do?
Well, I take the promotion to keep traveling because I already have a healthy retirement and I like sending the cash to my daughter and granddaughter, and it's what Natasha would have wanted.
Okay. How about you, Isadora?
I become a vampire. Why not?
Nice.
You become and then you move into another mansion across the way from Fangs Peterson and become quickly integrated into the vampire community where they love you and you just have a great time. One last thing is Harold. Harold, what's your plan? Are you going to stay in the exciting carny world, or are you plotting to build up a new identity or something, or what are your plans?
This is a very good to be continued. There's going to be a sequel that Harold is going to finally get his vengeance on that Fangs Peterson.
He does know where you guys were going. Okay.
Isadora never forgets him or forgives.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. All right.
Hey, man,
Yes,
you do
now
forget, though. That's your thing.
Yeah.
I know. Shh.
What do you look like? I don't know.
I know I don't forgive somebody, but I can't remember who it is.
Myself,
Just say it's not me.
Yeah, I don't forgive myself. That's who it was.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
That's where we're going to end our recording piece for everybody out there. Thank you for listening and having fun with us. I'll have a little bit more of a kind of a making of special like I always do with these and talk about how these kind of games can be applied to some self-growth or therapeutic goals as well. So say goodnight, everybody.
Good night. Thank you, everyone. Have good mental health.
Thank you for listening to the Court and Parts Podcast Network. To listen to more Court and Parts shows, visit courtandarts.com.